Hello, everyone, and welcome to the last match of the winners bracket round one of the 2024 Blackout Trending Tournament. I am Masso, and I'll be on comms today. Joining me is Falcon. Hello, Falcon.
Hello.
So, Falcon, you want to talk a little bit about the gimmicks we have here?
Sure. The gimmicks are map area rando, which is all of the area transitions between, let's say, Crossroads as an entire area, for example. And when you go to Leg Eater, you go down, but that transition will lead to another area. And the direction of the transitions are kept, so you will find another downward transition. It could be, what's a downward transition?
Yeah, it could be the drop into
Uh,
Deep Nest, but not
yeah.
the drop not the main drop. It could be, say, the one on the left side that you normally are supposed to get back out of.
Yeah, or it could be, the where you go up from the start in King's Pass. It could be the drop down there.
Right.
And the other one is levers, which is I haven't really thought about like the interaction between map area rando and levers before, but I assume it's just very negative.
Uh,
It's going to be very difficult to like keep track because already with levers, I have a lot of problems with like remembering where areas are going to, like where I have to stop if I don't have a certain lever. But with map area rando, it's well, it'll be interesting to route.
Yeah, map area rando and levers lead to a lot of chaos, should lead to some very interesting seed. Our runner should be off momentarily. And we are starting in Brooding Moloch's area. Because this is map area rando, we don't have Scar Nest on to prevent anyone from getting stuck right away.
Looks like one player. Yes, one player is doing Malik, the other person is going probably dirt.
An immediate Stagna stag. This is interesting. So Cliffs is actually one of the hardest areas to get to in map area rando because it doesn't have very many transitions in. It only has 3 ways to get in. There's the upwards transition that's normally from King's Pass. There's the leftwards transition that is normally from Green Path by Boulder Shell, and then there's Stag Nest. So having one of those already is particularly interesting. Because Cliffs has decent number of checks, and it also has 2 transitions that are one way, and that you can drop through but cannot come back from.
I can't remember which one are all of those. It's Dirtmouth, Crystal Peak. Is there another one? Oh, fungal core, right?
There's one to Dirtmouth. Crystal Peak does not actually have one because that is from the Crystal Peak area.
Oh, that's
Dirtmouth,
true.
Resting Grounds, 2 in Deep Nest, and I feel like there's a 5th that I'm blanking on, but we'll figure that out later if there is one. So Sprint Master was at Grubs for 29, which is quite a few. We'll probably see our runners going for Grubs just to make sure they don't have to worry about Dash Master.
Looks like the upward transition from Dirtmouth was getting to Green Path. The
Okay.
Fall Canyon one. From Fall
Yeah, so it
Canyon.
looks like we're going to have one runner in Crossroads and the other in Green Path to start off.
Yep. I assume the Crossroads player will also go to Cliffs because it's a. I think that it's probably one of the best areas in the game, but yeah.
That is true. Someone will need to go to Cliffs. And if it's anyone, it's probably the Crossroads player. Not just because of what you mentioned, but because the Green Path player doesn't have an accessible stag until they get to Green Path stag. And that's a long ways away.
That's true. Also, the one thing I hate about levers is that I can't do Mantis Lords. You take so many levers to do Mantis Lords. What the heck? It's like this mod was designed to nerf me. Or buff me, maybe? Because Mantis Lords always has, like, trash? Hmm.
And okay, there's Lurian at Stagnest already. And no one going to buy it.
I wouldn't. This is... If you buy it, you're kind of griefing your partner. Although it is access to Salubra that's like faster than the Shade Skip, so
It's access to Salubra that's faster than the Shade Skip. It's access to the downwards transition to Fungal. You can get to Blue Lake with it.
yeah, you can also get to Ancestral Mound without fighting
Infection does a lot of stuff here, especially with it being a named Dreamer.
Yep. Oh, did you also mention the Fungal transition?
Yeah, I did mention that one.
Okay.
Okay, King Station Stag in Cliffs. So that's one of our random obtains, and that's a way to get to City. So if either player finds themselves running out of money, we'll probably see that.
Yep. It's a pretty nice stag. This is a lot. This is kind of the start that I hate, where you get a lot of stags but not much movement.
Yeah, and map area rando tends to do this a lot. You have access to a ton of different areas, and you don't have much movement. So we'll see some, for example, itemless city, which is not something you see too often unless you have a city start. Okay, Pure Nail just taking the stag to Kings and then warping out after checking it. This makes sense to me. You want to stay on logic, I would say.
Yeah, the only logical check with King Station Stag is the stag itself.
Yeah, although I would say with map area rando, it's probably a little less important.
Yo, Dirtmouth.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Where was that from?
That was vanilla. Not. Wait, is that one vanilla?
Okay, the drop that normally goes to King's Pass.
Yes. Oh, this is not vanilla because this is from the right? When you see dash right?
Yeah, when you see dash right, you normally drop into Dirtmouth. So this is normally to King's Pass. Looks like Zelda doesn't really have much of anything.
Just Dirtmouth Elevator.
But that will be access to Sly when Khan decides to go check that. And Dirtmouth Elevator being at a Zelda, so Khan's going to check this transition and the lever as well. And there's Monarch Wings.
Nice. That was QE entrance?
Monarch Wings was the lever. The Dirtmouth Elevator lever.
Oh, I see.
So either it will need to be it's either that, the downwards transition, which is definitely not going to be a logical way to get there because we are now in Dark Deep Nest.
Dark Deep Nest? Oh, this is Mass Maker.
This is Mass Maker.
Yeah, this is an interesting one. I don't think I would explore this area because it takes a lot of effort to do so.
And there's Ismus Tear from Pure Nail, and King Soul from Vengefly King. Yeah, it could be a while before Green finds these wings. Especially,
they're
even more so with that Ismus Tear.
Yeah, they're kind of doing the side quests. They found a lot of side quests. They're like, oh, surely this leads to movement. It's just over here in Dirtmouth.
Yeah, Pure Nail checking the items first. Khan appears to be more so checking the transitions first, and transitions seem to be paying off a bit more, at least this seed. It's also worth noting, though, that at the moment, Wings doesn't do a whole lot in terms of... Like, there's a lot that Tim and Pure Nail can do without Wings, without losing too much time. And there's Trampass at Salubra. So Tim and Pure Nail know that that is out of logic at the moment. Trams will connect their vanilla locations. So the one from Crossroads will go to Resting Grounds. So I would really like to see Khan... Oh, did Khan take a death in Dark Deep Nest? That's unfortunate. Yeah. Taking a death there, I think, is really bad. Because I was just about to say, if I were Khan, I would want to go to shops right now with those wings. Check Sly, check Salubra, because you can do both. And you can also, with that Lurian, check the transition to Blue Lake. But without money, that becomes significantly less appealing.
Yeah, for sure. It's this is the dangers of Dark Deepness with wings only movement, which sounds super gross to me.
It's definitely scary. And the drop that normally goes to Fungal takes us to Fog Canyon.
Ooh, gate opposite lamb. That's a nice one.
Gate opposite Lem is the best convenience lever in the game. It opens up exactly nothing, but makes selling the Lem so much easier. Alright, Fluke
Yeah,
is dealing with Gorgeous Husk here. Pure Nail is chasing that Ismas.
because without that gate, with only wings, it's a one-way trip to lab if you want to sell. You have to warp afterwards.
Yeah, unless you have Claw.
Yeah.
And Pure Nail found the edge transition with that Ismas tier. So that Ismas and Tram Pass could lead Pure Nail to start checking areas that are out of logic,
Hera.
which I would probably not recommend at this point. I wouldn't chase that Tram Pass just yet.
Yeah, you can.
I'd get this bench and then just leave.
Yeah, you can get yourself very confused if you chase so much of the stuff that's out of logic. You can also put yourself in a real big hole, right? Because when you chase the out of logic stuff, you can miss the stuff that puts it into logic, which is usually movement.
Yes, especially with it being Salubra. We did not actually see what the transition above Salubra was. So if they find that, that would put Salubra into logic. But there's far more opportunities for it to be movement than it is for it to be that one specific transition.
Looks like there was City Storeroom Stag in Pleasure House.
That is very convenient. That is a logical way of getting to, well, not logically yet. When they find simple keys, it will be a logical way of getting to Left City. Alright, Stone Sank Mask Shard, just some essence this time. And it looks like Floof is trying to do the Watcher Knights pogos, and I think missed. Not sure, though. You will often see Claw in Watcher's Spire in these randos. So I would be very unsurprised to see Claw there. Lantern is in City of Tears as well. Pure Nail, I think, continuing to chase this Tram Pass. And Tim is going into Ancestral Mound.
I think Fluffy just wanted the Watcher's Bench, and they got the Watcher's Bench, and then they hit the lever through the floor, but they didn't want to go up through do Watcher Knights.
Oh, and there's the other wings and Ancestral Mound.
Yo, nice. It's good parody.
So, Tim and Pure Nail are not going to be punished too hard for missing those wings at the Dirtmouth elevator. I would really like to see Khan go and try to push Dirtmouth. See what Sly has at least.
Yeah, I like pushing Dirtmouth, but now that you have Lantern, I also like pushing Deep Nest because it's very often I've had like early-ish Lantern, and then the wings are just at the like Dark Deep Nest deck or something, because you can get that with the transitions they have that you can get there. It's logical.
That's true, and the wings in A Mound does put the Tram Pass in logic. So it's... I don't remember if Named Dreamers opening that is considered logical. I am not 100% sure on that. Now that I think about it, there's no lever blocking it from False Knight, so it doesn't matter, actually. And it looks like we got to Queen Station on Tim's side. How was that? I did not actually see.
I also did not see, but I'm sure we'll see it later. What was Tim doing before that?
Tim was in A Mountain before that. That may have been from the transition that normally goes to Crystal Peak.
Makes sense.
Okay, there's some more essence for Pink Team. Shop Key was at a high essence count. Howling Wraiths in Edge by Cornifer. How we got to Edge, I have no idea.
It was through the... There was I think Dirtmouth? Not Dirtmouth. It was... Fall Canyon, was it? Because we fell down through the transition to the lower tram, right? The Hive side, and that's all Edge, right? You just go to the right of Edge.
Gotcha. And Crystal Heart is in Fungal Waste at the... I believe at the... either at Palm Relic or at that lever from Tim. And we've seen a lot of QG levers. We've seen the door, we've seen the ground block, and now we've seen QG stag. So I would like to see a QG play from green here.
Did they find that QG? Because we know it on con side, but I don't think we know it on green side, because I think it was Dirtmouth Well from Dirtmouth that leads to the Overgrown Mound.
We may not know the door. Dreamnail, it's Sly, by the way. We may not know the door on Purenail and Tim's side, but we do know the ground block and the stag. And you can get around the door that way. Going through frogs with this equipment is never fun, but QG has a decent number of transitions. There's that Crystal Heart from Floof. Khan is spending quite a bit of time in Dark Deep Nest here. Oh, getting his shade back, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. And may as well do more while you're down here. Okay, there's another simple key. I believe that is the second one we found because Floof had already gone into Pleasure House. And there's Dive in Edge.
It's a great dive location.
Yeah, at this stupid King's Idol location. Okay, there's a mark on Dreamnail Willow's meal from Floof. Which I'd say is a little interesting to mark that right this early. It does make sense not wanting to come back here, but it does also tell Tim and Purenail, hey, Dreamnail is somewhere early.
I think it's fine. Like, it's at Sly. If the other team, misses at a Sly, then it is what it is.
The bigger issue is not necessarily Sly, but Dirtmouth. Because Tim and Purenail have still not found Dirtmouth.
That's true. Ooh, okay. So the Coliseum to City is... what do you call it? City's Crest.
And there's Soul Warrior 1 Arena Gate in City. So that will allow access to the front of Sanctum. So I believe Tim and Purenail have found Shopkey, but have not obtained it, but still have not found Dirtmouth. Khan appears to be going to Resting Grounds now, so we'll find that Shopkey. And oh, there's another Dream Nail from Kingdom's Edge. So both teams have wings, both teams have Dream Nail, and the wings and the Dream Nails were in different locations.
Yeah.
Alright, there's another simple key in Tower of Love. Yeah, Tim, you can't get up that way. Even if you were to be able to make this jump, you'd get stuck immediately.
Yeah, if only.
Alright, Pure Nail back at... Actually, that's Oro, that's not Motto. But Overgrown Mound Gate is another transition from Fall Canyon. Alright, let's see what Oro Dive has over here. Floofy going over right fungal without City Crest. There is a decent amount of stuff here, but leaving the City Crest entrance behind cannot feel good.
Oh, we know where that is. Well, green team knows where that is. It's you know, the left of Legator towards from Fungal to Fall Canyon.
From by the upper fungal route.
Yeah, it's that's the transition. So it's not gonna hurt them in the end.
Okay, Duplicate Dreamer is at Seer as well as that shop key. Tim is going to and checking Nailsmith. And that might be the fourth simple key between our teams. I don't think that Tim and Pure Nail have found all four.
I don't think Tim and Pure have. Oh yeah, between the teams, yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Because they haven't used one yet, but they can save one because they found the transition out of waterways.
That's true, although only one player could still use that if they needed to get somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is going to take some Revic Pogos to get here to Spirit's Glade. And nails the Revic Pogo and doesn't make the jump.
I wonder if you can do this with Revic from the right side. I don't think I've ever done it. I've always had to wait until he like comes from the left.
I mean, I assume that you could get up to the upper platform and then just go from there.
Yeah, that's true.
Descending Dark from Hornet 1. Floof is now in Mantis Village.
Yeah, we love Mantis Village.
And how did Khan not get hit there? Okay, and yep, going up to the upper transition, C-dashing just out of the way of Revic, and getting a Rancid Egg for their troubles. There's Grimchild from Shape of Un. That's required. Because Troopmaster Grim is on the board. That's certainly something.
Hopefully Pink doesn't miss it because thing is on the board, right? Oh, dash for 9 eggs.
Yeah, Dashmaster is there too for 5. So that should tell Tim and Pure Nail that Dashmaster is somewhere accessible, because there's no way that any team outside of the Grub Day Plando can get 29 grubs this quickly. All right, And
Oh wait, this is the bad side of QG, isn't it?
yes,
Oh, so I guess they would need the stag, right? Then you have to find the stag.
they would need either the stag. They would need the stag, or they would need QG ground block. Oh, Tim took a death to Marmu, I think? Yeah, looks like to Marmu. Yeah, Marmu can be like that sometimes.
Gotta watch out for those round enemies. They'll get you.
Very true. Alright, so Khan is now in lower edge, presumably from that transition that we found earlier. Yeah, if I wake up tomorrow and I'm unmodded in Birdie's stream, I know why.
Back-to-back
there's a
zero-notch charms. Nice.
Free Spell Twister is very nice.
It was free Lifelike Core and then free Spell Twister.
Yeah. So Tim is going and doing QG. I really like this. Having the stag and all these levers. Looks like Pure Nail is going to work on this dark room. Hopefully clear out Crystal Mound and take care of that drop down. And there's Spire Bridge Gate from City Storerooms. So this is starting to look like something is going to be in Spire at one of the levers.
Pink have 7 eggs, so they're only 2 away from dash.
Yeah. Tim and Pure Nail do not even know about the dash yet. And I'm not sure how many Rancid eggs they have. They do have enough simple keys that they should be checking GG sooner rather than later, though.
Oh no, this Crystal Hunter is in the bully spot.
Crystal Hunters are the worst enemies for their area in the game. Primal Aspids are awful, but at least they're in a very late game area.
Yeah, that area with like the 3 platforms just before the totem. I call this the bully spot because every time a Crystal Hunter's there, it'll always fire at you and it'll shoot on the platform. So it's like a 200% chance of you hitting the crystal and then you immediately get hit by spikes.
Okay, so West Sanctum Upper Gate in Storm's area as well from the corner for map. We have some lever logic going on right now, pointing to Spire, pointing to Sanctum with these dives that we know. I don't know whether the D-Dark itself is in logic, but we know a dive at least is.
Him finding his way back to Nailsmith.
So I wonder whether Floofy
edge.
is going to be going into Sanctum here. Looks like it. Or at least opening up the shortcut.
Shortcut is good. 10-pound Tower of Love entrance, but I think Kurno was already there, so it's not that important.
Yeah. Okay, there's a Vengeful Spirit from Tim and Pure Nail, not the one that Khan and Floof have.
This is Green Path entrance.
Yeah, Pink does not have dive yet, which is really going to hurt them for Sanctum if they don't find one soon. And by soon, I mean while Floof is in Sanctum. Because There's a lot of... Okay, there's the 9th Rancid Egg, so we're going to see that dash from Pink. Because there's a couple checks that are dive locked and accessible here.
Ew. 5-notch shaman. Do you remember where the dice were?
One was at Hornet 1. That one I know for sure is in Logic. I'm not sure where the other one is. There's Distant Village Stag at the first Soul Warrior.
Was it in A Mound? Is it this one? Oh no, this is where the other wings was. Never mind.
Yeah. Yeah, Pink's VS was at GG with Dashmaster. So they don't know what VS Green has.
They probably think they're on the same track, but little do they know. They've literally gotten most of the dupes. Or they've gotten the other one. Different ones for almost all of these goals.
It's possible Green might think that Pink got the same VS, but I think that's extremely unlikely given that they were marked by the same person 12 seconds apart from the Sprint Master Dash Master goal. Alright, Tim is dealing with this Balder, checking Soul Catcher, just a Hollowness Seal. If Claw is dive locked in the back of Sanctum, that could be really bad for Floofy and Khan. If Floofy doesn't go back there.
Oh, I didn't check. Did Tim check the drop down for Fungal to Deepness? The one way?
I did not check that. I did not see that.
I saw him check the other ones and also do Sportsman, but then I didn't remember if he went back for it. Oh,
All right, Tim is about to find Dirtmouth.
Oh yeah, you can do this because the gate is open. I didn't even think about it to get to this upper area.
Yeah, it's not in Logic, but it is doable. The only thing in Logic after Soul Master with what Pink has right now is that lever.
Oh, Claw. It's at Basin Corner Fur.
Okay.
I don't know how Pure Null got here.
Probably
Tram. Yeah, that makes sense.
So now we're looking at a Claw versus Dash moment.
I think I'd rather have the dash for like
Tim
20
is
minutes.
about to find that Claw. Sorry, not the Claw, the dash. And the Fireball that Pink found. And they're just 2 Rancid Eggs away from that dash. So I think I'd rather be in green spot right now.
I would rather be in pink spot for about 15 minutes, and then I'd rather be in green spot.
All right, Tim checking Grim Tent. Is the Peaks Tall Room upper lever? None of the Peaks levers, I believe, affect Logic. Yeah, Elevator Pass is at Thorns for Pink, as chat points out. Floof is going for this Spire lever and finding Quick Slash. I assume Tim will be finding that Dash not a dash slash, that elevator pass though shortly. Looks like Tim is headed over towards Shio. I'm curious to see whether or not he checks it. And he does. So that will tell Pink that Green has Claw. I don't hate this too much at this point, just given how far into the seed we are. Map area randos tend to open up a lot faster than regular randos do. So I think this is not necessarily a bad mark here. I probably wouldn't have rushed it as quickly as Tim, but I don't hate doing this. Alright, there's Swim at Divine. Purenail doesn't have enough money for it. Claw was at the corner for map in Basin. Which we know Khan has been to lower edge. I don't remember if Khan got the tram bench. If Khan didn't get the tram bench, that could be a big problem. Because they have no other logical way there.
There are only so many ways into Basin.
Yeah, Basin is another area that's very hard to access in map area rando. You have Tram Pass, you have Hidden Station Stag, and then you have one drop down. Okay, there's the fourth simple key for Tim and Purenail. Purenail is checking the right side of Deep Nest with this Claw Wings combo. Yeah, Khan is checking more of Edge.
Hopefully we'll check after reaching Coliseum.
Okay, so there's another Fireball in Resting Grounds. Not actually the one that Tim and Purenail got. This one is the lever below 0. Alright, Floof checking this transition. It goes to Fog Canyon. So our teams are about even on goals thus far. Green has Grimchild. No one has Kingsbrand. Oh, that's where the first dive was. It was the one in Edge Great Hopper Idol.
Right, and Green is still dashless because, well, they need to find the eggs.
Yeah. They're not far off, though. I believe they need 2 eggs at this point. Alright, Tim going through King's Pass.
There's another dive at Colo 1.
Oh, fun. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll be seeing that one today.
Yes, unfortunately. Dang. Oh, Green Team still doesn't have Lantern?
Green Team does not have Lantern, no. Yeah, this is definitely a thing with map area rando, where one team can follow a bunch of transitions and find something very early, and the other team just doesn't find it for ages, even though it's technically in an early sphere.
Yeah, you can just like get caught up in the thick, right? The thick of the rando, and then you just don't.
All right. Green and pink both getting 3 fragile charms at almost the same time, with their last fragile being different. Tim is fighting Grim.
I think it's fine. It's on the board.
Yeah, I would agree. It's on the board. And like it only reveals that the Grim Child, which doesn't open up that much. That's true. Floofy, as chat points out, is on the way to Grim Child as we speak, as long as they follow up and check this Lake of Uncheck, which they have no reason not to do. Alright, Tim is now 1 egg off. I think part of the reason that Tim is doing this is to make sure he's in Dirtmouth when, hopefully when Purenale gets that 9th Rancid egg. Which would be really clever if that's the case. Alright, there's the Grim Mark as soon as Floof picks up the child. Yeah, so far this is a pretty close race.
Ooh, Queen Station Stag? Is that from Grim?
Yeah, I think that was from Grim. So yeah, that's really good for Tim and Purenale.
We'll see in a second from Tim. Yeah.
He doesn't have to take the stag.
Yeah, but it's on the board, so I assume
it's on the board, but they've already been to Queen Station Stag. They have no advantage to taking the stag right now.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm Tim Purenale, I hide this for forever. All right, there is a 9th egg from Tim.
No, it's going down smooth for Floofy. Nail 0, Shaman, Shadesol, pretty devastating.
Claw was at the Basin map, and there's Shade Cloak from No Eyes, by the way.
Nice.
Right as Tim gets Green's first dash.
Floofy overtiming Dash Master?
I would take off Shaman here, but I honestly respect having Dash Master on.
I would also take off Shaman, but mostly because I'm a coward.
Alright, so there's Swim for Pink Team. Green Team already knows about it, but just did not have the money. Tim is now in Mantis Village, where there are a bunch of levers, all locked behind Mantis Lord's access. Which in map area rando is pretty interesting, because it could be Mantis Lord's access, or it could also be the transition into Mantis Lord from Mantis Lords. That would also work.
No, Mantis Lord is my beloved, locked behind a lever.
Someone found Mantis Lords very early at the bottom transition. That is very interesting, and I would want to see that from whichever team that was. Because there's a ton of levers down there. Oh, it was probably, yeah. Pink finding it would make sense because with map area, the quality of life levers are not there. So they can't really do much there. So I would expect to see a claw check, a Mantis Lord's check when Pink gets this claw, or when Green finds the Mantis Lords.
Looks like King's Brand was at Basin Simple Key.
Yep.
So that is another necessary piece to finish the thing board.
That's true. It's on the way to Lostkin, so both teams will find this.
This it feels like the seed and this board are very compatible. It's just finding the transitions that lead to the areas that you need to go to is the hard part.
Yeah. What was that? That was...
Oh, I missed it. No.
I saw that it was a charm, and I think I saw that it was 2 notches, but I didn't see what charm it was. A GPZ. Long nail? Okay.
Okay, this is about the point where I wish I had Claw. Because you start to do the checks that you really, really, really wanted to have Claw. Otherwise, you'd have to come back for them. But, you know, you have to do the check because they could be Claw.
Yeah, okay. Seeing a learning purchase from Floof. Yeah, Khan still has not done lower edge or followed up on that tram really at all. Which I would definitely think that's something that should be at the front of their mind right now. Okay, Tim finding Mantis Lords and doing it right away.
Yay.
Falcon is happy. I think this is the right call, so I'm happy.
What do you mean? Mantis Lords is always the right call.
Alright, there's Voidheart from Vengefly King in Green Path. I don't know where the white fragment that green is missing is. And there's
recall.
dash slash at the wings check.
I like how that Soul Totem is just chilling there.
Oh, halfway off the edge?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just vibing. Alright, Pure Nail is doing Hornet 2. I should clarify whether or not... I think this is considered a major glitch from Khan.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure it is, but I would need to ask Vale about that.
Oh, we've evolved. Instead of Soul Totems at Mantis Lords Rewards, we've got Soul Totems at Mantis Lords Levers.
Yep. It's not? Okay.
I didn't think so, because I don't think it does anything. Like, yeah.
Yeah, speedrun-wise, it's obviously bad. I'm surprised that that's not considered a major glitch, but I do understand that it would lose time normally, so... I am now going to kill Zero as soon as I can in the next rando that I do. Khan just killed the maggots right away. I hate this.
I respect it. Flippy, check the deep nest drop down for fungal. It is fungal core drop down. So I don't think Tim checked that. This could be very, very bad for green team if there's something I'd like super secret. Or the map.
To answer the question from chat, it usually loses time in a speedrun setting because you have to go back to False Night and do False Night. Without C-Dash, it loses time. Okay. Yep, green picking up Voidheart somewhere in Green Path. So I assume that was the one that Floof and Khan had that Tim and Pure Nail didn't. Floof is going back into Sanctum, by the way, to check these die block locations. And checking Tyrant as well.
How close is green to go mode?
We have not seen Peak at all this race. Which I think is not too much of a surprise because Crystal Peak is extremely hard to access in map area.
Do they need
There's
Peak?
they don't need Peak for this board. There's only 2 ways into Peak, and those are the entrance from Dirtmouth by the Mimic, which requires Sea Ash Claw regardless. And actually, no, there's 3, because there's the dive floor as well. And then there's the Dark Room entrance. So there's 3 entrances into Crystal Peak, not 2. Still not many.
I think the only thing that green needs to finish is a Lifeblood Charm, finding waterways, and there's one more thing. The Dreamer. One Dreamer.
I don't think green has Shade Cloak, do they?
Oh, that's true. They don't have the. Oh, where did Pink find their other dash?
Their other dash was at No Eyes,
Right.
which green cannot do because no lantern. Also, Seamound, you cannot enter Crystal Peak from Seamound because the drop down from there is one way. There's no transition up into that room. Alright, let's see what Tyrant has. Just Shape of Un. If I'm Floofencon, I'm not feeling great here because you know that Tim and Pure Nil have had Claw for a while now.
I would be in panic mode. I would be retracing my steps, just like trying to find what I missed, because it was not like early, but like 18 minutes early. So these are things that, yeah.
Okay, there's a Dream Gate for Pink. I wouldn't necessarily be at that point, but largely because this is map area. But I would be thinking about things that could be done earlier. Like, Khan not checking the stuff from Tram, I think is just a huge mistake, even if Claw wasn't there. Because you've got several transitions out of Deep Nest. You've got a transition out of Basin, and you've got a ton of checks.
I mean, that's map area for you, right? Sometimes the thing that you should detect can get lost in the mix. You're like, oh, I have so many areas to do, because you can't really. It's not like a normal random where you can control the areas that you can do. You can be like, you can't tell your partner, oh, do this area because it's really big. If you find the transition and you're the player with the best access to it, you have to do it.
I would say so, but I think that following up that Tram is probably something that should have been done by now. Wonder if that Awoken Dreammill will lead them to Basin? It could, although they have no access to Palace right now. So, it might, but I think that it's unlikely. Alright, Tim is doing Sanctum here. He's going to be able to full clear. So this will just be straight time save on Floof having to double back. Alright, Floof checking. Okay, Floof is going to Dirtmouth. I believe we've not seen the... No, King's Pass is part of Dirtmouth. Never mind. I was about to say we haven't seen that transition yet, but of course we haven't seen it yet. Alright, there's a Woken Dreamnail for green team in Sanctum. And the other swim is also apparently here. Floof is starting on Grim. So as soon as pink marks that, green doesn't have to worry about putting off Queen Stag any longer. Not exactly sure how Pyrenil got into waterways. The room that you spike tunnel from is considered part of waterways in map area. That room and the broken bridge room below it are both considered part of waterways.
Oh, it looks like it was the Kingdom's Edge to King Station, that transition, that led to the elevator shaft from the top.
I see. Okay. Oh, is there a death somewhere? Oh yeah, Floof taking a death to Grim.
Oh, by Connor in the tram.
Yeah. About to find this claw. Be a little bit longer because checking this first, but it's only going to cost them like 30 seconds, a minute at most. Path of Pain Gate from Flukmarm.
When Pink has the claw, do you think Pink has an advantage, or do you think it's even?
I think... that's a good question.
I think Pink is at advantage. Oh no, don't go up.
Well, Green has done a lot of long goals at the moment. They've done Lost Kin, they've done City Tablets. And they actually have a check lead still, which is pretty unusual. Okay, and there's that claw find for Pink. But with that said, if Tim and Pyrenil don't find a dash or Lantern into No Eyes soon, they're in trouble.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, that's where the other claw was?
Yeah, there's the other claw in Junk Pit.
I think, yeah, like you said, if Green doesn't find another dash, then Pink can come roaring back. They'll even up very quickly.
We also have not seen a second Lifeblood charm thus far, which is very interesting. If we see, for example, 2 of them in Crystal Peak, this could get real interesting.
I'll make you a deal. 1 in Crystal Peak, 1 in Palace.
The only reason I'm saying 2 in Peak is because both teams have Awoken Dreamnail in base and access. I
want to see Palace.
Okay, I would be fine with Palace. Although I don't think we've seen many Palace levers. We've seen the Path of Pain Gate. We've seen Palace Atrium Gate, which doesn't really do anything. But I think that's it. I don't think we've seen any of the orbs. Which, while they could be vanilla, is still not really something you want to commit that much time to. Yep, looks like we're seeing Nosk here from Pure Nail. Goal on the board. So this makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm. What are the big areas left for Tim? Because after this, like Weir's Den Darkdeep Nest, it's kind of light. You might just be back to checking transitions, looking for like a peak.
Yeah.
Or maybe you take the big gamble and you go straight into Palace.
Yeah, that is also possible. It's worth noting that if you get blocked off by the entrance orb, you don't lose that much time right away. So it's not nearly as big a gamble as it would be in non-lever rando. Okay, and there is Nosk down for Pure Nail. Tim finding Leg Eater. I think Tim had already been to Leg Eater and wanted to see whether or not he could buy it out quite yet. Alright, there's a Lost Kin mark from Khan. What was Khan's first Dream Boss?
Failed Champ.
Failed Champ, thank you. That's right, because I was complaining about Khan killing the maggots. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
There's Cyclone Slash, which we've already seen from Green Team. Both teams at 2 nail arts, and they're each missing different ones. So, oh, well, as I say that, Khan picks up Dash Slash, so that's going to be an NMG check. Wait, Pure Nails in Crystal Peak. How did we get here? Was it from... It might have been from Junk Pit. From the transition up there. That normally takes you to Nailsmith. That would be nasty.
Possibly. I tried to look through the VOD, but Pure Nail set a Dream Gate, so I like gotta give up.
So we're seeing Abyss from Khan here. Peak from Pure Nail. Those are the big new areas that we're looking at right now. Love Key and Abyss. Almost certainly not required, but with Lever Rando, you never know.
Yep.
Could be a Palace Orb, and there could be a bunch of stuff behind there. We don't know. So where do you think these other dashes are?
White Palace entrance, first jack. Could just be an Abyss.
Could be an Abyss, could be...
They have Void Heart, so they can do a lot of the checks that you would... Oh, hey. Oh, this is,
Yeah, that's 2 Lifeblood Charms.
That is 2 Lifeblood Charms. But, I would not do the Void Heart journal entry. Maybe I just like that Dream Gate, but, like, you can't
100%.
Yeah, if you give out that info, it's over.
Yeah. Well, it's over as soon as they get Shade Cloak.
Yes.
And Khan is indeed warping out. Hera was in Lower Edge. Hera was in Lower Edge by the tram. How do Khan and Floof not have that yet? Okay, there's Petra Renegade. There's a few things left in QG. Bishriek and Crystal Peak. Still have yet to find that dash. Both teams are missing one Dreamer at the moment. I don't remember where the Duke Dreamer was. Duke was at Seer? Thank you, chat. So Tim and Pure Nail may just be waiting on that, which I don't think would be a good idea. Because even if it isn't logical Black Egg access, it could still be a dash. And at this point, you don't care whether or not your Shade Cloak is in logic.
Mm-hmm. Just gotta get that Shade Cloak. And they don't know it, but the second they get Shade Cloak and Trick Abyss, they're done.
Yeah. Well, they need another Dreamer as well, but yes.
Well,
if they get that Dreamer and then get Shade Cloak, yes.
Yes, I assume that they know that the dupe is at Seer. If they don't, then
they don't need the dupe. Monomon's an Overgrown Mound.
Ooh.
Getting a spoiler on Pure Nail screen. Which, that is not a particularly nice area. There is a transition in a lever over there. So it's not implausible that Con and Floof go check that. And Floof is now in Crystal Peak, by the way. But at the moment, Pure Nail has not found anything of value here.
It's a bit of a dud so far.
Tim starting to work on this Whispering route. So I think they plan on having Tim doing the routes. Which makes sense. He was the one to go to Leg Eater and to Mantis Village, and those are two very quick ones.
Oh, I see. Connor went to Basin from Deep Nest to the lower tram rather than using the transition to go the other way.
Oh, okay. Oh, Floof. That's a death to CG2. At least there's a bench right there. I'm Alicia Dorn Black Egg Temple as a transition, by the way.
Nice.
Pure Nail is in Abyss, so is about to find this second Lifeblood Charm. And we'll be able to full clear Abyss minus Void Tendrils. So Pure Nail can just leave a Dream Gate there and come back when he's in go mode. Assuming he doesn't forget about it and use the Dream Gate somewhere else, which I've done far too many times.
Pure Nail is saying not to. Maybe he's gonna work back, but he didn't go into Birthplace.
Yeah. Getting stuff from Seer? Oh, getting the shop key. That makes sense.
Oh, 待ってますよ。
Tim figuring out what to do. Yeah, that's fair. With map area rando in the late game, there's a lot of just loose transitions and loose checks to clean up. And it can be difficult to figure out, okay, which one do you want to do? But the good news for Tim is that we've not seen here yet, so there could be a dash. Oh, Pure Nail can't check Void Heart either. And there's Palace Right Orb from QG. The dash pink has that green doesn't is from No Eyes, and green does not have Lantern. I don't recall where the Lantern was, though, but pink had it extremely early. Okay, Floof also getting that Palace Right Orb. Khan finding Hera. So that is the third Dreamer for them. And does that put them in go?
Oh, right. The lantern was the fountain gate lever.
Vanilla Shake!
Vanilla! Let's go!
Wow! Oh. Somebody get Homothety in here. I also think that, unless I'm missing something, pink is in go mode as well.
I believe so. Yes, they are. So it's a go mode versus go mode.
So it's gonna be a race.
With Colonel needing to do a dream boss.
Yep. And it looks like he's going and doing failed champ.
I don't know how many dream trees that Pink has done though.
Yeah, I haven't really seen them going out of their way to do any.
I know Connor has done at least one because he did the wrestling rounds one.
Yeah.
I also don't know how to do the Spirit's Glade dream tree optimally. I should watch some all Whispering Woods.
Alright, looks like Floof is headed towards Black Egg.
Is that a 3? I think that's a 3. Yes, it is a 3. So Connor needs to do one more.
Yeah, needs to do one more, needs to put some Geo in the bank, and needs to check Void Tendrils. And that was failed champ down for Pure Nail.
This is unfortunately a little bit lopsided for Pink because Connor has to do all the goals, and I think I would send Floop to do the Void Tendrils. Oh, can Floop even do it?
Floof is in a really bad spot to do it. I think Floof, if you ask me, I think Floof should have done Dream Trees because Floof was the one who was in Mantis Village, and I believe, yeah, also the one who bought out Leg Eater. So that's two quick ones right there.
Yeah, it's I don't know. There's a bit of a sunk cost because Khan did the RG route. So you're just like, oh, I've already done one, I should probably do the other one. But also I have to do all these other goals. It's tough.
Yeah, there's a GG's in chat from Tim. Pure Nail entering THK. I think Floof is headed to the bank to drop the Geo in. Hey, get your Holodies in chat. They do have Queen Station Stag, but Queen Station Stag is in Fungal, where the bank is in Fog Canyon.
That's okay, Scarp. A lot of us don't understand this gimmick.
Yeah. And knowing exactly where all the map area transitions are is kind of weird. Because Queen Station is sort of straddling Fog Canyon and Fungal Wastes, and it's considered part of Fungal Wastes. Pure Nail headed on the platforms as Khan heads into Black Egg. Floof is already heading into Radiance. Our runners of this caliber should be fine, but this would be a really bad time for a death. And Pure Nail's already on climb. And there's the GG from Pure Nail.
Hello,
Hello.
GG.
GG's.
Dearest Timothety, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Oh,
looking at where they are right now, we kind of got saved by.
We
It's
won
a
at
Tram
no eyes.
Pass.
Oh,
Yeah,
Tram
it's
Pass.
at no eyes.
No,
Yeah.
the Pink got the one at no eyes.
Yeah, Pink got the one
Oh,
at
it's
No
in Tram
Eyes.
Pass.
Yeah, Tram Pass is the one that we did not see.
I thought I would be. Well, I would assume they got the one at Tram Pass, but yeah.
Lantern was at the City Fountain lever.
Yeah, look that up as well.
Oh, I orphaned that one.
So
Same. Yeah, well, skill issue, I guess.
That got really close at the end. Like, we were ahead on goals for a while, but I guess it was a fake lead.
Yeah, it was interesting like split because you both teams ended up getting like items that the other team didn't get because that's like the nature of map area random, right?
Yeah.
You can just like go really far away from each other.
Who got Claw first?
You did.
you did.
Oh,
That's funny.
okay.
That's a funny question.
Yeah.
That's a funny question.
Because we could have had Claw so much earlier, but I talked like because I got Tram Pass at Salubra out of Logic, and I was like, I don't want to just stay out of Logic, so I talked myself out of. I should have gone to Basin, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Well,
it was.
I
My
said the same-
Celebro was in Logic.
Well, when I got Tram Pass, we didn't have wings yet. I did Infection Pogo to Salubra, so like I was doing Tram things out of Logic.
Because
You got infection instead of. Huh.
And we didn't go into Amount until decently late. We got
Well,
wings.
no,
and
I mean it was Dirtmouth for me.
Yeah. Pure Nail and Tim did not find Dirtmouth until half an hour in.
What?
Oh yeah, no.
Bro, what?
We just didn't. We just didn't jump down in cliffs. It just
Why?
didn't happen. Yeah, I don't know.
Because I got Trampas at Salubra, and I had Edge and Rusting Grounds, and so many places to go.
Map area moment.
Yeah,
It is a
claw,
map area moment.
the claw that we got at the time where we got claw, because we definitely got claw at a point in time in which we got claw, because we have claw, right?
Yeah, you do have claw.
We have
Okay,
claw.
but that
guys.
was a good seed.
Did you get
That was a good
the junk pit claw or did you get the normal claw?
basin, right?
Yeah, basic
Yeah,
claws.
okay, the base.
It was the seed was super interesting because it's a map area moment where Connor and Floof had dash super early, but Tim and Pirlo had claw like way before. And then when we were watching, I was like, I wonder which spot I would rather be in. Or I think Maso asked me which spot they would rather be in, and I was like, I'd rather be in Connor's spot for about 15 minutes, but then I'd rather be in Tim's spot after that 15 minutes if I haven't found claw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's
So
the other
did-
dreamer?
Did you
Oh
get?
my-
Did you get the Shade Cloak and Tramway? Or did you also
I don't know where
get...
we got shade cloak.
Nah, the
Your
shake
shake
look
was-
was
Shake
no
Cloak got
eyes.
no eyes.
Okay. I picked up the vanilla Shade Cloak and got Void Tendrils that way. It was incredible.
Yeah.
Were you missing Shade Cloak?
Yes.
Argoma
Shade
was
Cloak
shade.
was vanilla. I picked it up
Holy
vanilla and got to
Yeah.
Void
Tim
Tendrils
Pure
that way.
Nail isolated the lantern, the check that had lantern very early,
No.
so they couldn't do no eyes.
That's unfortunate.
I
I
think
don't know if I
Con
would have
and
done no eyes for that matter.
I think Con and Floofy also never found the drop down from the Isma side of waterways into lower edge.
I
did find that.
Yeah,
Oh, you did?
because
Okay.
that was how Khan got into Edge the first time.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
and that was how we got Claw.
Because
I think we
the-
got Claw that way.
the lower totem, there was a dreamer there.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
Yeah, Khan ended up finding that.
That was
as-
that's what I
I
just
see.
found.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was your go
Oh,
mode, right?
okay. Yeah.
Which one were you missing? Monomon?
Harem.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
I'm
mean,
sorry.
we never
yeah.
got Monomon.
Yeah, they
We
never got
got
Monomon.
Yeah, okay. Monomon and O Mound. We were looking for a dreamer. We forgot about the dupe at Seer.
Oh, you did? That's so funny.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I was like,
yeah.
the entire time, I was like, oh, they're only looking for Dash. Unless they forgot about the one that's here, when apparently you did.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
I don't
it
think
wouldn't
it
have.
made a difference.
I said to go pick up Shopkeeper's Key, right? So we
Yeah.
would have gotten it then. We did get it then.
And then Sly didn't have anything for us. What,
Did
what,
I have
so
like Quill
yeah,
behind Shopkeeper?
so negative things at Sly.
Yeah.
We were missing you guys had Lifeblood charms way before we did. We missed one.
It was in
Lifeblood charm?
Abyss.
It was a
Yeah,
miss.
so
Oh,
Khan got
that's
the
the
one in
same one.
Abyss
Yeah.
and then bailed to not reveal that there was one down there.
Yeah, we didn't go into Abyss until super late because I wanted to wait until Shade Cloak before going into
Yeah.
Abyss. So like we didn't have one. I'm like, maybe there's a Shade Cloak in Abyss. And
I
there
mean, the final
was.
Lifeblood charm is in Palace, so I don't think anyone will
Yeah.
get that this seed.
Yippee. It's a good seed.
Okay, Palace Entrance Orb was at Shade Soul.
Oh, and EQ
Behind
was at
20
20
grubs.
grubs, yeah.
I was about to go save 20 grubs, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, left orb was failed tramway lever.
Oh, you.
Oh, so Failed Tram was kind of stacked.
Yeah, Belgium was
Yeah.
super stacked.
Did you guys go there? We didn't.
Neither team went
Yeah.
there.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, I feel in map area rando, I feel like I isolate Deep Nest so often. Like I just don't go there because there's no transitions. Like getting from one transition to another is just it takes ages.
Especially after you've already ruled out GPZ.
Yeah.
But
My
it's
early
also
Dark Deep
nice
Nest was such
because
a
there's
smart
no transition.
play. Smile emoji.
There was nothing in Darkness, I think.
I
Uh-huh.
respected the darkness play.
Yeah,
And I died there also.
there were a couple of deaths on Pink's side that really hurt.
Oh.
Oh, did Floof die?
I died. I know I died
That-
to CG2.
Did I
just
just
'cause
teach to
and Grim.
Andrew?
Never
I
said
was
anything.
overcharmed.
You never said anything for any of those.
I said something for Grim. It's like I have Sharp Shadow and I don't like it because I keep dashing into Grim.
But did you like the Queen's Station at Grim?
That was
Ver-
very funny.
Yeah, it was
It
very
never says when she
convenient.
dies. You never know.
This was a really nice seed board combination because a lot of the things that you needed were at goals, like around the
Yeah.
broken vessel area.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
saying this seed is completable like very quickly.
Yep.
The problem with the seed is finding the transitions to the areas that you need to get to.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's
I
the
kind
map
of-
area window.
I did not check like I had edge transitions that I hadn't checked for a long time, and I just kind of took a gamble that one of them was going to be waterways, and it worked out. Well, we need to find waterways.
I'm a proponent of don't check transitions unless you need to. So I just like doing checks.
I will say I find it fascinating how some people prefer doing checks and others are more oriented towards doing transitions.
I mean, I
I
think
mean,
the value
Checks
slider,
are just better.
the
I just
value
was being an
slider
idiot.
And
changes
you were
the
like
more
checking
areas
all
you
the
have access.
transitions.
I know.
Like, I think transitions are super valuable early on when you don't have access to a lot of areas, and then once you have access to most areas, it's checks that are better.
I mean, checks are just better early because you want movement.
Yeah, but what if you don't find movement until you go through like 3 different transitions through different areas?
Right, like if I have a choice
But-
between checking
Right,
O-round
but
or
on
checking
average,
a
you'll get
transition, I'll check
your-
a transition.
On average, you'll get your movement sooner if you clear checks before clearing transition.
I think it's
But
an interesting.
only-
I think
only
it's an
if the checks are
interesting
fast.
debate, but it's not one that we necessarily need to have here right now. It's just an interesting dynamic.
Debate me
Yeah.
now. 30 minutes, let's go. Let's go to the clock.
Debate!
Do checks.
Debate me!
No.
Fight it! Fight!
All right. So thank you all for watching.
All out debate.
Thank you, comms. Thank you, Restreamer.
Ah.
I'm so ready to lose to Aidenville.
Good. Wow.
Wait,
Yes.
are we against Aiden Vale? Oh,
Yeah.
Wait, no.
Yeah.
Are we? Are we?
Yeah, you are.
Wait,
yeah,
we
you
are.
are.
Yippee.
Oh. Oh, that's a bit.
That's
of a
fun.
pickle.
Good luck.
Oh, that means we're gonna have to do Lord.
Just check Divine and you'll be fine.
True. We just
Yo.
need
You
to
have
check
to,
Divine.
but it'll be load normalizer flute. It's gonna be load.
Load normalizer is okay.
It's like
I was
2 second load
mildly
normalizer.
surprised that I beat Hornet 2 before you did.
Yo, true.
It's
Can't
true.
believe
He did in
this
fact
episode
do that.
didn't do Hornet 2 with like what
Wings
did we,
only?
We, did
I
we
was
have
expecting- I
VS
was
at that
expecting-
point?
Yeah, I was expecting
we had VS
VS
rates.
Wings.
Ah,
Yeah. I was expecting you guys to do it super early, but fair enough that you
I mean,
didn't.
there wasn't gonna be anything there. I knew. I saw into the future.
True.
You weren't wrong. I mean, there was a goal.
What goal?
All right.
Or yeah.
We don't have any matches scheduled yet, but we will be back, I believe, within the next week with some more matches for you.
Yeah, they were doing like
Yippee.
a round per week, and right,
Yes.
pretty much.
Yippee!
Yippee.
Thanks for watching.
Oh,
Have a good day, or else.
I'm gonna be the odd man out for our match because Snowy Falcon, you're both EU, right?
No.
I'm EU.
I thought
No,
you were
Falcon is
EU.
Canadian, I think.
I am
and Snowy is
Canadian.
Australian.
Snowy is Australian and
Oh.
Falcon is Canadian, so it's just not even anywhere
Oh,
close.
oh for 2. Got it.
Oh for 2, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Well,